Virginia Foxx might be not only the worst person currently serving in Congress, she might be one of the worst women to ever live. And we've given many examples of that here on this program. Just search her name in the damage report and they'll come up. But today I have a fun little news nugget to add to that archive. So down in Greensboro, North Carolina, little 10-year-old Christian Mango was given a school assignment, okay? The class was told that each of you has to write a persuasive essay and then send it to someone who's in a position to actually act on it. That's a great assignment, right? Getting people to think critically about the world around them and then push for positive change. Okay, so Christian explained that he chose to write to Virginia Foxx, the congresswoman, to urge her to support giving people rebates for purchasing electric vehicles, which makes a lot of sense. I'll remind everyone, it was actual federal policy until literally just last year. So the kid's probably on a good train of thought right there. So he did it. He sent it to Representative Virginia Foxx, and she actually wrote back. And I think everyone involved in this story probably wishes she had chosen otherwise, because here is what she sent to this 10-year-old boy. What many folks do not realize is that the money that comes from the federal government actually comes from ordinary citizens who pay taxes to support that government. Therefore, your request that the federal government should give a $5,000 tax rebate for all new electric car purchases means that the federal government must take that money out of the pockets of hardworking people who may not have the means to buy an electric vehicle in the first place. And look, it's gonna get more deranged from there, but I just want to briefly respond to the argument that she's making there. So first of all, everything the government does costs money. All of that is taken from taxpayers. It's not a question of whether doing a thing costs money. It's a question of the money that we raise and the money that we spend, what are we gonna put it into? Because you'll be shocked to find out that Virginia Foxx is in favor of a whole lot of government spending, and that money comes from the pockets of hardworking Americans. It's just not something that necessarily benefits regular Americans. She, of course, voted for the big, beautiful bill. Those trillions of dollars in tax cuts that go to the rich, that's gonna cost us something. She was fine with that. By the way, even if we're just talking about energy, massive subsidies to oil and natural gas producers. That costs something. She's fine with that. She's gonna vote to increase the military budget to $1.5 trillion. That's a whole lot of pockets being raided right there. There's no condescending letter that she's gonna have to read when she does that, though. Isn't that nice for her? And by the way, if your response is, it doesn't make sense to do this because those hardworking people don't have the means to buy an electric vehicle, that's what the subsidy is for, you monumental moron. It's supposed to make it more affordable, and it did make it more affordable up until recently, while also stimulating that industry domestically. That's what those subsidies actually did. Is it possible that you don't actually know more about this than little 10-year-old Christian Mango? It's just that you're more biased against this sort of spending because I guess Ford doesn't give you campaign donations, but Exxon does. Anyway, she then concludes, please ask your teacher to explain propaganda to you. My guess is that your teachers will not give you a good educational experience and help you learn to think as they are too interested in indoctrinating you. That is what a congresswoman wrote to a 10-year-old boy. She could have, and I can't stress this enough, just not have responded at all. She didn't have to send anything, Sharon. And that's what she chose to send. No understanding, no attempt to bridge a divide, nothing. Just the assumption that the idea is stupid, even though it was working up until a year ago. And that kid can't possibly be, oh, I don't know, maybe like a young conservative who thinks that we should have a domestic EV industry. It has to be some damn lib kid getting propagandized to by other libs.
And there can be no deviation from the lie. So she had to respond, okay? You gotta put these kids in their place, seen, not heard, better not be learning, you kids. I mean, it perhaps is a bit of a stretch, but the Southern Daughters tried that right here in this state where I'm in Georgia, where they made sure the books were a lie and that the kids learned things that weren't true about who won the war, okay? And how the Confederacy was so great. Okay, that's all that this is about. She could have just gone about her business and not worried about any of this. But in order to continue the lie, she had to write back and push back rather hard.
I hope that Christian Mango is 10 years old. I hope that Christian Mango spends the next 15 years staying active and learning. And so that someday Christian Mango can run against Virginia Foxx, who will still be in elected office at 174 years old, and whoops her sorry, stupid ass and sends her packing. That would be such an amazing, Christian, when you launch your candidacy, please come and announce it on the damage report, because there's nothing that would make me happier.
And frame the letter.
Frame the letter. Keep it a reminder that we need good, responsive, intelligent leadership, and that we don't currently have it, but maybe the next generation could save us.